Rode has just announced a new videocaster, which is super exciting for me. And I think it's going to help consolidate a lot of things in my setup. And I actually placed a pre-order last night. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to look at the official Rode announcement. They had a 6 or 7 minute video that goes over kind of all the features. I'm trying to lock in ahead of time. I want to kind of get a game plan on how I want to configure. So I'll take a look at the data sheet just to kind of like see if there's anything that the marketing video has not covered, and just see if I get any additional ideas on how best to leverage the RODECaster that's coming out. I think they're calling it the Rode RODECaster Video S, and it's an all-in-one device, which is going to help me consolidate my audio interface as well as my video capture. And then also, because it's like all in one and it has a screen and whatnot, it also has the ability to do scene switching. So if I wanted to stream completely from the device, I actually could. I don't know that I'm going to do that just yet, but I think this device is going to be amazing for me. So like I said, I placed my pre-order last night. I got an email from Rode today, and it looks like things are going to start shipping, I think next week or the week of Thanksgiving. So sometime this month, I should have my hands on that device. And my plan is to just kind of tear down my whole entire setup, reconfigure it, and figure out how I can center my production around the RODECaster and consolidate. I think this is the part that I'm like most excited about because, like I said, I have the PreSonus. The problem that I have with this, it sounds okay. It sounds, I guess, better than some of my other options here. But I hate the placement of the mic jack. And I currently use the Shure SM57 as my mic, and that has an XLR. So right now I have this huge XLR cable that is basically like sticking out of the front. And so it really kind of like changes the way I have to orient the PreSonus on my desk. And so it just kind of ends up being cluttered. On the RODECaster video, it looks like all of the cables are on the back side. Gosh, I think the RODECaster is probably a tad bit larger, if I had to guess, than my PreSonus, and that's gonna be kind of an all-in-one type thing. Okay, so the other part, and this is kind of TBD, but I do have access to a Rode mic. So the fact that it integrates with the wireless mic, that could be an interesting thing to test out. I don't know if it's going to sound better than my desktop mic here, but if I'm on the go or if I want like some flexibility, if I'm like moving around or something, that could be nice. And I'll definitely like test that out to see how things go. Historically, I don't favor the sound of that mic. The audio tends to sound a little crunchy to me. I know that there are some onboard audio effects, which I think he's about to get to next. And maybe there's some way to kind of offset and do some EQ and make it just sound better. So we'll see. Currently, I generally record without any audio processing. It seems like I might be able to simplify things and do it at the source, the recording source, and not, in post-production. So I'll definitely be playing around with that. If the audio sounds good enough and I can then layer on effects at the time that I'm streaming or recording, I think that's going to be a time saver. If you followed my last series, were the multicam series, we basically covered 2 cam links, right? And that's like $200. Now it does allow us to do 4K, right? These cam links handle 4K, but you still need your audio to be processed. For an okay interface, you're going to pay at least a couple $100. So if I got $200 in on cam links, another $2 on audio interface, I'm already at $400. Okay. And I can only do 2 cameras. This is where this device starts to really pull forward in terms of value, because there are 3 HDMI inputs, which means that I can have 3 HDMI cameras if I want. And then there's also some additional capabilities from NDI standpoint. So wireless cameras through the network, so like PTZ cameras. In total, there's a capability of 8 sources. I can't do 8 on this computer. It's just not possible. I think if I wanted to squeeze it, I probably could get maybe 3, but I'm already having capacity issues with 2. So this is where I'm looking for this device to really prove its value. This all would run through one plug. For the price, I definitely don't think you can beat that. I'm not sure how much I would actually use the scenes, but I'm definitely going to play with it. I think if I can work out a way to like kind of do everything at the point of stream and record, like that would be ideal, because I would have less to do in post-production. So I'm going to kind of see what makes sense for me and the type of productions that I want to do. Now, this next section I think is really cool, and this is definitely something I will play with. And I just want to kind of see what this auto switching function looks like and how natural it is. Now that is gold. The ISO recording and the track recordings are a game changer. I've been looking at the Blackmagic stuff. The problem with the ATEM is like there's such a jump in their different use cases. And I went through, like, they do have the ATEM Mini Pro ISO. It seemed a little limiting on some of the inputs and whatnot. It started to get a little price prohibitive. Now that we have the RODECaster for $499, I'm definitely willing to experiment. I think this thing packs a lot of punch here, and we'll see how stable things are. I know Rode has a good brand and a good reputation. It's not like the first one that they've gone to market with. They have the bigger brother, and then this one just has fewer channels. And I think the antenna that was external on the other version is now internal, so it's actually more sleek. What's next? I hopefully will get the device soon. Next week, week after, sometime this month. We'll see. And then I'm also going to be doing a full series. So I'll unbox, I will give my first thoughts, I'll replace my current setup, integrate that thing in, do some test streams. So it's going to be an active month, probably a couple months, just really trying to, just establish a workflow with it. If all goes well, I will definitely be storing some of these capture cards and using them for, I don't know, in the future. But it's always good to have flexibility, right? You just never know what you might need. Over the last, I don't know, decade or so, a lot of this technology has just been accumulated because my husband and I have been finding different ways to work and just trying to put out a really good product from just a video standpoint. And yeah, it's just been a journey of just trying things. And of course, the entire industry has completely changed in the last decade. When we were really starting to get things going, it was really difficult to find any products that work with Mac OS. And obviously now there's tons of them. But that's how Magewell came into the picture, because Magewell actually did work with the Mac OS. But now there's other options that also have come to market. It's just this constant evolving space, and I think it's going to continue to mature. This probably won't be the last switcher that I buy, because it's just, you have needs at a point in time. The technology continues to move forward. Your needs evolve, and, next thing you know, you have $3,000 worth of capture gear. And you're still fine, still buying more. The journey will definitely continue. And of course, if you are interested in continuing on this journey with me, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and definitely stay tuned for more.